Here's what happened this week in North Carolina politics. They may take our lives, but they'll never take our shrimp cocktail. A lot of stuff happening in Raleigh this week, but we gotta start with Shrimpgate. More than 1,000 people and dozens of trucks swarmed the state legislature this week after Republican legislative leaders tried passing a bill that would have effectively ended North Carolina's shrimp industry without any warning or preparation. The issues around environmental protection for inland waterways and the reform itself actually wasn't so bad, but the rollout was a disaster. There was absolutely no consideration given to the hundreds of shrimping families along the coast that this would put out of business overnight, and they were understandably kind of pissed. This guy was the 2020 Republican nominee for state auditor, and he was arrested after sending death threats to Republican lawmakers over the proposed ban. Besides failing to destroy the state's shrimping industry, the leaders of our legislature also failed to agree on a state budget this week, so they just decided to quit and go on vacation. But before going home on break, our legislature did finally pass a Helene recovery bill for Western North Carolina. No, I'm still on the shrimp thing. People have been waiting for months for more Helene aid, but Republican lawmakers have been delaying any action and focusing on anti-trans and anti-diversity bills instead. They also rushed through a bill at the very last minute on Thursday that would convert more than a third of workers in the state board of elections into Republican political appointees. Governor Stein's veto pen is going to be busy. It's been more than 8 months since Helene hit, and almost 6 months with this legislature in session, and there's been no big recovery package from Washington, and our lawmakers in Raleigh are in absolutely no hurry to pass anything. The Helene recovery bill they passed on Thursday contains a grand total of $0 to help small businesses recover. They've basically made the decision now to let hundreds of small businesses in Western North Carolina die without offering any more help. And the reason they're doing that is because a lot of those small businesses are based in Buncombe County, which is pretty Democratic. Buncombe County, and actually Henderson County, those lawmakers are doing you dirty. Now, a funny story here out of the Lieutenant Governor's office. It turns out that when Rachel Hunt took office back in January, the Lieutenant Governor's mansion in Raleigh was totally trashed. Like, the furniture was gone, there was trash everywhere. Someone took the window drapes? Dan Forrest, the Republican former Lieutenant Governor, spent a lot of time and money refurbishing that mansion before he left office in 2021, so it's a big mystery. Who trashed the Lieutenant Governor's mansion? I forget, who was Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina for 4 years? We may never know. It is hot out here. Go hit a pool. The blackberries are finally coming in, so enjoy those, and have a great weekend. Am I eating shrimp cocktail in 95-degree weather for you? Yes, I am.